Even though this fighter wasn't Canadian, his links with a lot of the key Canadian fighters of the late 20th century make him sort of like half Canadian because he's also a native of Denver, Colorado. I first saw him getting almost killed by Butterbean. I think it was his second fight. But he put up some game efforts, even though he was mostly a club fighter, and his record didn't really reflect how good he was. I still think he deserves our respect. Louis Monaco, with the interesting nickname, and my good friend Mitch Cheval, who listens to this podcast, I like to have Mitch tell me what he thinks of his nickname. The Facelifter. Okay, don't know why. I don't know if he's a medical professional, but that's what his nickname, the Facelifter. He was a professional boxer in the heavyweight division, and he once held a very unique title called the CAM title, which was the Canadian American Mexican Heavyweight Championship. Again, nicknamed the Facelifter. Monaco was a club fighter who fought several significant fighters of his era, including world champions Buster Douglas, Trevor Berbick, Vitaly Klitschko, Lehman Brewster, Michael Dokes, and again Butterbean. Monaco turned pro in 95 at the age of 27 after a pro bodybuilding career, and like I said, he was jacked, man. Now in Monaco's second bout, his opponent Eric Butterbean Esch quickly connected with a devastating right hand that knocked Monaco out. The referee immediately called a halt to the bout as Monaco lay motionless at the edge of the ring. He would go on to fight Trevor Berbick, our Canadian big title holder Kirk Johnson, Stuart Sutcliffe, Vitaly Klitschko, Lehman Brewster, Fraser Oquendo, Lance Whitaker, and Maurice Harris. But he also had some notable successes, particularly early in his career when he drew with former kickboxer Rick Rufus, knocked out one-time contender Peter McNeely, and bet Michael Dokes on his latest negative comeback tour. Another big win came by knockout over then undefeated Kevin McBride. Now, the big fight against Buster Douglas was the most controversial one, in my view. On May 13, 1997, he faced Buster Douglas, part of the former world champion's comeback after 6 years of inactivity. The fight was carried on national TV as part of the USA Tuesday Night Fights program and was Monaco's first fight since he defeated Dokes. Although Monaco had hurt Douglas and left him on unsteady legs in the first round, Douglas managed to survive to finish the round. As the referee stepped in to separate the two fighters, Monaco caught Douglas flush with a right hook that dropped him to the canvas. Douglas required assistance to rise to his feet, and since the punch came after a bell, it was considered a foul, and Douglas was given 5 minutes to recover. He was not able to continue, and Monaco was disqualified as a result. Now, the pro record again: 16 wins, 8 by KO, 39 losses, and 5 draws. 5'11 on his best day, 220 to 230 pounds. Now, his record got really bad towards the end, but we're going to look at some of these key fights just to put it all together. Now, for a lot of people, the Peter McNeely bout was in Denver, his hometown, TKO 5. Then he lost unanimous decision to Trevor Berbick in Westbury, New York. Michael Grant lost TKO 3 in 1996. Kevin McBride fight, he won that in Las Vegas when the referee stopped the bout at 1:44 of the fifth round. Now, the Douglas fight was in Biloxi, Mississippi, as Monaco knocked out Douglas again with a punch after the bell for a first round. That put him down to 6-7-2. Now, Kirk Johnson fight, he lost 258 of the seventh round. Was seen to have strong results there. Klitschko lost by KO 3. Lehman Brewster knocked out in the second round. He, at one point, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he lost 10 straight fights, then a draw, then 3 more losses. Only got back in a win streak against Rocky Bentley in 1999 after losing most of his fights in the past year. Now, went on a win streak, won 4 straight, and then was downhill from there. I think the last key victory he had was against Shane Sutcliffe in Billings, Montana, that upped his record to 13-27-4. Now, mostly he fought in Colorado, fought a lot of TV fights, but ended up being a tomato can because his last 4 fights he lost TKO 5, lost unanimous decision, then KO 1 Alonzo Butler, and KO KO1. Alonzo Butler, of course, at the time was rising in the boxing ratings, and this was in 2013. So again, a unique situation because in the first part of his career, like I said, he had kind of Mike Weaver stats, and it is what it is. You can't expect every fighter to have a winning record. Now, what was interesting about the Alonzo Butler fight? Butler was a highly ranked contender and was winning key fights well into the 2000s, and he was a big contender on the heavyweight ranks in the early 2010s with a record of 23 33 and 1. Again, fighters like Lewis, it's all a matter of a win streak or lose streak. He took out, like I said, the top contenders, and like Ken LaCosta once said, sometimes you got to fight the best to lose to the best. That's how it works. So that's the story of the facelifter Louis Monaco. If you like what we're doing here, we're our boxing podcast. Let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And don't forget, the record doesn't tell the whole stuff because Monaco was a CAM champion, and you got to give him that in that division again. And didn't fight much on the East Coast except for Minneapolis and those. Excuse me, not Minneapolis, but mostly in the New York region. Again, it is what it is. And Louis Monaco again, no disregarding it, but when I used to watch him back in the day, I said this fighter's better than what he is. I don't think he had the proper training going from bodybuilding to fighting. So thanks for listening. If you like what we're doing here, a boxing podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.